Hi and welcome back to the Ultimate Business Course. Today we're going to be looking at goals. Goals are fantastic because it helps you understand where you want to get to and why you want to get there. So we're going to start off with the why and then we're going to move on to how we're going to achieve our why. It's a fantastic thing to do in your business. I think a business without goals could end up anywhere. Without a goal, who knows what will happen? Who knows where you'll end up? You certainly don't, and I don't think your customers or your staff or anyone knows. Maybe to some of you that sounds like a bit of a silly thing to say because it's obvious, but to others it's really not. You haven't considered what you really want. Your goals and everything we're going to discuss today is not about the fact that you want to pay your bills, that you want to make money to pay your bills. That's a given, and that certainly shouldn't be your why. It shouldn't be where you want to take your business. However, yes, you do want to make money. Yes, you will set goals to enable you to make money. Yes, you're going to push yourself to make more money. So it might sound like a bit of a contradiction, but it's absolutely not. You need to set your goals that's so much bigger than the money so that you can make the money, if that makes sense. I'll explain and it will become a lot clearer. So let's start with a quote. You know how much I love quotes. German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why can endure anyhow." Isn't that profound? And that's so true for us as business owners. We need our why so we can endure the hows, and not just the hows but the hard times. You may be brand new baby business. You may not even be born yet. You may be a business where you're still exploring your business and your business plan. You may have been in business for a long time and you've lost touch with your why. No matter what stage or size of business you are, it's very important that you have something that's going to get you through those difficult times, because they will come. If you've been in business for a while, you'll know they come. If you have been in business for a while and got through them, then well done, because a lot of businesses fail because they don't know how to get through those hard times. And if you're new in business, you will not know yet that there are going to come times in your business journey that you're going to want to give up. There are going to come times in your business journey where you're going to want to stick your tongue out at the business and you're going to hate the business. I mean, hate the business. There are going to come times when you are going to not know why you started this business in the first place and you're going to want to run. And I'm not being dramatic, I'm not being depressing. This is it. This is the journey of any business owner. Ask anybody who's been in business 10 years or more, and they will tell you that that's the case. And if they've been in business 10 years or more, then they've been through it a few times, and they've figured out how to get through it, or they've known their why. They've been so passionate about their why that they had a reason to get through it. So let's take a look at your why. Why are you in business? Why did you start your business in the first place? This is useful information if you're starting up now. This is also useful information if you've been in business a while and you're feeling a bit dry, a bit tired, a bit wondering why you even started in the first place. Well, that's exactly what we need to do, is find out your why. I remember a time in my business journey where I realized that I had to work a lot harder at sales in order to make the books work. I love to help people in their business. That's why the Women's Business Club started. I love to support people. I love to help them reach their full potential. And that's all good and well, but as a person, that's great, but as a business, that has to have a financial value attached to it. And so I spent a lot of time in the early days helping people with their businesses and doing what I loved doing, but didn't really have my eye on the numbers. So my why started out clear. Why? Well, I wanted to help people. That was very clear, and I did a lot of it. But then I had to go down a path where the business was growing, but the money wasn't necessarily what it should be. And in fact, I wouldn't really even have called it a proper business at that stage. It was more a case of us doing what I loved and I got a bit of pocket money for doing it. But that wasn't really what I wanted. I wanted to be a serious businesswoman. I wanted to be taken seriously by the business world. And how could I be authentic, or how could I help people in their businesses if I hadn't achieved a measure of success myself? And so it became really obvious to me that I needed to take the financial side of the business more seriously and look at the numbers and make sure that I am building a profitable business. And so that's what I did. I spent some time really focusing on the sales and the numbers and the spreadsheets and the graphs and charts, and was experiencing growth and a measure of success because I really focused on that side of the business. But what that did was it took my eye off the why, and it made me become a bit cold and a bit perhaps even hard. It made me become so focused on the numbers and the money that I very quickly lost sight of my why. And actually, even though I was making better money, I was less satisfied. I wasn't enjoying the journey as much, and that was purely because I stopped doing the things that I love, because I was so focused on building this amazing business that my why just totally went out the window. So I had to stop. I had to pause. I had to consider why I started my business. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't just a case of, oh, well, I love helping people. Because really, at the time, I technically wasn't helping people because I was just building the business, even though what I had built was helping people. What I had built had got to a level where I had trained up others and they were helping people. So really, the business was still doing what it was designed to do, and that was help people. But I personally, as the managing director, as the owner, as the founder, I wasn't fulfilled because I wasn't helping people. And I didn't see that the business was still helping people. I couldn't see that. I could just see that something was amiss. And so I had to stop. I had to take some time out and really pause and dig and consider my why. Why am I doing this? I could be making more money in a job with a lot less stress. Why am I doing it? It's not for the money. The money is the reward. It's the fruit of my hard work. There's nothing wrong with the money. And yes, I wanted to make more money. Don't get me wrong. I want to keep making more money because that's what business is. And that's the measure of my success, is how much money I'm making. And so it wasn't that I wanted to suddenly form a charity or give up making money. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying was there was a level of fulfillment that was gone. And I needed to get that back. I needed to be passionate about my business again. The money and the numbers side of it on its own, it just didn't meet a need. It didn't fill that hole. And so I had to stop. And I did. At first it was just for half a day to reflect. And then it was a case of, okay, I've got to keep working on my business, but I need to be observing what I'm doing, and I need to be identifying the parts that I love. And if there's absolutely nothing I love at all anymore, what was it that I loved, and how do I get that back into my business whilst still building a financially viable and profitable business? And so this is the journey I went on. And there's a lot out there. In fact, the whole why thing is quite trendy at the moment. There are a lot of books written on it. There's a lot of talks being done around it. There's a lot of different opinions on it. And I don't really want to give you a method in this particular module, but I more want to give you the importance and the value of really having a strong why. It doesn't matter where you're at now or what you're doing or why you're doing it right now. You need to sit and look at the real why that's going to be the thing that keeps you going forward. You may have started your business now for the wrong reasons, and that means your why isn't your real why. What you should be doing at this point is going back and trying to find the real why while you still have time to align your business with your real why. You may have lost your job and been made redundant and given a severance package, and you thought you'd start a business. That's great. And so you just thought of what you did in your job, and now you can do it as a business. Or you may have been a stay-home mom for a while, and now the kids are at school and you want to do something. You don't want to go to work because you want the flexibility and the school holidays and that. So you think, I'll start a business because it gives me my flexibility. Or whatever the reason is, you've started a business, or you're thinking of starting a business, or you started a business 10 years ago. And you may have started it for the wrong reasons, and you may be left feeling really unhappy at this point, or you may be feeling when you're doing your business plan to start your business that it's all theoretical and it's not very exciting. Or you may be in a variety of situations. No matter what, every single one of you watching this now, stop. Put your tools down. Not right now, you've got to finish watching the video, but put your tools down. After you've watched the video, grab a cup of something that you enjoy drinking and just find a space where you won't be distracted. Put your phone away, put your computer away, just find a space. Yes, it has to be a quiet space. You can turn off devices. You're not going to die. It's not your oxygen supply. Go find somewhere where you can think and breathe. And it may be hard. In fact, it probably will be hard because not many of us do that these days. Find the space, sit down, and really think about what's important to you as a person, what's important to you. Because you are the business, and when you grow, you will still, your why will still filter through the business. And in fact, as you grow your business and as you have more customers and more team, that why is more important than ever. So in our previous module, at the beginning of the Ultimate Business course, we looked at your, we did that circle that looked at your passion and your talent and all of that sort of thing. And we drilled down into if you're in the right business, if you're doing the right thing. Now we need to look at that again, and we need to come up with a clear why. So what are your talents? What are your passions? What are your skills and expertise? What are your values? In theory, that should give you your purpose, right? Okay, we need to take that result and we need to drill down even deeper, and we need to look at it in a way that's very personal to us. There isn't a formula or a method or a recipe that I can give you to do this. This is how I did it. And like I said, there's a lot out there that will help you find it. Lots of formulas and recipes and graphs and charts, and you can go find them and you can see what method works for you. But for me, I had to really take time to be quiet. I had to sit down and think. I had to sit and first of all think about my daily activities. So going through my business every day, what was I doing and what did I enjoy doing and what didn't I like doing. Then I had to sit and look at the people in my mind. I had to look at all the people that I engaged with. Did I enjoy working with them? Which people did I enjoy working with? What types of work did I enjoy working with people? And then I really had to consider what sort of people work was satisfying to me. What did I love doing? What could I do more of? And what sort of people work could I just do without? And we all have people work in our businesses, whether we love people or we're not really a people's person, because that's where your money's coming from. At the end of the day, there are people in your business. You need to consider your connection and your interactions with people. You also need to consider your connections, your interactions with the non-people stuff that you do in your business, and then you need to look at the whole picture. What do you love? What do you hate? And then why? Why do you love it? I love spreadsheets, graphs, charts, working with numbers and money and admin and organizing things. My office wall is full of stuff stuck up on the walls because I like it visual. Why do I like that? What's my why for that? I like organizing chaos. I like taking something that's disorganized and putting it into order. At a previous job, I had the unofficial responsibility of translating from the tech team to my team. So there was a team of quantity surveyors that I used to manage, and there was the tech team who had designed this database, the system that the quantity surveyors were going to use, and they produced this training manual that was written in talk, and it didn't make any sense. And I don't know, I seem to have the ability to read that and translate it into layman's terms. And so that's what I found myself doing. And then again, it was, for me, it's fun to be able to take chaos and turn it into something creative or beautiful or organized. So people will laugh at me when I say, look at my beautiful piece of art, when I'm referring to a graph on a spreadsheet. But to me, it's a work of art, all those formulas, connecting in and producing results. So that's just a little bit about my why. Why? Well, is it because I love admin, or what is it about the admin that I love? It's the order, it's the bring in order, it's the bring in structure. Okay, that's a why. That's one of the things that I love. It's not the specific work, because I can do that in various contexts. I can do that in various ways. Then I look at the people side of the business that I love. Some things, I'm not going to mention them because I don't want to offend anyone, but there are some parts of the people side of what I do that I really don't enjoy. I really don't like it. And then there are some parts of the people work that I really enjoy. And what I discovered I really enjoy is when I'm with somebody, or when I'm helping somebody, and the key word there is I love to help. But it's not just helping people. I don't just love helping people. The key for me is I love helping bring out their potential. And so when I'm working with somebody, in whatever context, it can be one-on-one mentoring, it can be in a group training, it could be through our networking events, it could even be through social media engagement. Doesn't matter. When I'm engaging with people, the thing that I discovered I love the most is when I work with somebody, I see their potential, and I have the privilege of helping them realize their potential and then flourish and grow. And even to the point that perhaps my admin side, the in the business and on the business work, the non-people stuff, is taking something and creating something, and the people stuff seem to have that as well. So the common denominator could be, and this is what I've discovered is my why, in both cases, it is identifying and unleashing potential. And so after a long process of observing myself and looking at everything that I did and drilling down, is my why admin? Is my why people? No, of course not. My why has to go deeper than that. And so I kept going deeper and deeper until I discovered the key, the common denominator, the one thing that is my deepest core why, that I would do whether I had a business or not. I do it in my family, I do it with my friends, I do it in my business, I do it in some non-profit work I've did. This thing always comes out, and that is my passion, to identify and help people release their potential. And the biggest satisfaction for me that fills me inside is when I see them flourish. I see something change, and I've had the privilege of doing that. So that, I don't know if that's helpful to you or not, but that's the journey I've been on, and that's how I found my why, and that is why my why is so important. Because there are days, weeks or months, when I'm just bombarded with too much of the stuff I don't like doing, and I have to really focus on things I don't want to focus on, and I'm too busy, I'm overworking, I'm working long hours when I know that's not good for me, and I get to that place where it's dark and it doesn't seem worth it. And that's when I have to think about why am I doing this? Is it just for the money? I could make money in many different ways. No, why am I doing this? Because what I do at the Women's Business Club is so important. If it just changes one life, if it just brings out one woman's potential, then it's still worth it. And so what I do is, I will have a good look at my testimonials, or I'll have a look at pictures on the wall of people that I've met or spent time with, and I would look at all the things that remind me of my why, and I get full again. I get to see, wow, I made a difference in this person's life. When she first came to me, she was making pennies, and she didn't know who she was, and she lacked confidence, and she couldn't even pitch her 60 seconds to the room. Now look at her. She's just cracked her first 6-figure turnover mark, and she's soaring. She hasn't even started yet, and she's glowing because she's doing exactly what she's meant to do, and she's come alive, and she's happy, and she's prosperous, and she's flourishing, and she's making money from it. And then I look at that and I think, wow, I had something to do with it. That's amazing. Where would she be if I didn't do my small part in her journey? And so that's how the why gets me through the dark days. It is because it's so much bigger than just little old me sitting at my desk fiddling with graphs and charts and numbers and spreadsheets. It's so much bigger than me being able to pay my bills. It is truly life-changing. And my dream and my passion is to multiply that why through so many people across the entire UK, to build this network. And the beauty of it is I can't do that. I can't. That why has to be infused through the Women's Business Club. I can't personally impact every single woman in our network, and as our network grows, I won't even get to meet every single person. When there are hundreds or thousands of people, of businesswomen involved in the Women's Business Club, I'm not going to get around to touch their lives directly, but I can touch their lives. Why? Because I know my why, so I'm building a system, I'm building a network, I'm building a strategy that takes my why and infuses it through other people, infuses it through the network across the whole country, and before you know it, I'm getting loads and loads and loads of stories of how the Women's Business Club or someone in the Women's Business Club has helped somebody else gain confidence, has helped somebody else unleash their potential, and before you know it, my why has now multiplied. It's now grown little baby wise. It's now spread out, and at the end of the day, I really have built something amazing, and that's how the why works. And so, what's your why? What would you like to be? What story would you like to be able to tell, like I've just told? What, if you have been in business for a while? What used to, in the past, when you weren't feeling so empty, what used to fill you? What sort of testimonials made your heart flutter and made you think it's all worth it? What difference did you make in your industry? What difference did you make in your sphere of influence? And start either finding your why for the first time or going back and reconnecting with your why so that you can get back to that place where everything that you do in your business is worthwhile. And not only that, where you can really build your business based on your why. Because then it makes so much more sense, doesn't it? If you've got your why and you're building your business around that why, then everything you do should align with your why. Your brand should reflect your why. Your brand personality, everything should reflect your why. Your customer experience map that we do in another module, that will all be centered around your why. Your website, I mean, you name it. Look at every module in the Ultimate Business course and you should be able to say, or almost every module, I don't know if the bank account really, I don't think that your why doesn't matter, you have to have a bank account, but just joking, but really look at every single module that we're doing in the Ultimate Business course, and really your why should be the center of it. It should be the heartbeat of it. It should be the thing that brings the business to life. Businesses who don't connect with their why or build their business on things that aren't as important as your why, so other things like profit margins and stuff like that, they can grow. You can build a business without knowing your why, but it will never be as successful and as satisfying as a business built on a why. And so I really challenge you, I really encourage you, after this video, put away your devices, go find a quiet spot and give it some serious thought. Make some notes and then observe yourself. If you know your why straight away, great. That's fantastic. Go and celebrate. Have a nice glass of something bubbly and watch the next video. But if you really struggle with this, you could even go and ask people. Go chat to people who know you, and ask them, what do you think is important to me? Or what do you see in me? Or what do you see that I do without even realizing? And what just comes out of me naturally? Ask people. and observe yourself, because for me, when I realized I'd lost my why and I just became a cold hard businesswoman that was about the profit, and didn't last very long, thank goodness, but when I realized that that's where I'd got to my business, I couldn't find my why straight away. I had a theory about what my why was. I had the right answer of what it should be, but I knew that wouldn't sustain me. So I had to write my first ideas down of my why, and then over the weeks ahead observe and just really look for the why in what I was doing, and then look back. So it could have taken months. I don't remember exactly how long it took, but it took some time to get to the truth of the why, and that's what I really wanted. I wanted the truth of the why. I didn't want to just make up a clever why because it sounds good. And so I'm going to leave you with that. I hope my stories helped you a bit. Like I said, there's a lot out there on finding your why, but I wouldn't overcomplicate it. Your why is already inside of you. It's already there. And you can overcomplicate it by doing too many exercises in theory and just smother it. The easiest way to do it is just to dig deep and find it in your own special way, however you do your soul searching or digging. So I'll leave you with that. We're going to move over onto the next module where we're going to be looking at your goals. So now we've got your why, we can build your goals based on that why. And so I'll see you over in the next video. Bye.